runs in the room, and she's like, "I just paid $24,000 to the power company."
No.
That's what woke me up.
How are you doing, Andrew?
I'm great. I got a fun fact for you. So, do y'all know paprika, the seasoning?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just red pepper.
Yes.
I knew that.
Bell pepper.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Everybody knows that, Andrew.
No, they
I don't
didn't.
know why you brought that up.
Nobody knew that.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't. I
you're the
didn't
only
know
one.
that.
He didn't know that.
You're
But-
I mean, golly, what world are you living in?
I'm living in a world where both of us didn't know. And you are the only one that knew.
Yeah, because I got a higher IQ than all y'all.
To be fair, I've never looked at paprika and thought, "What is this?" I just
It's just
accepted
dried
it.
out red pepper. Bell pepper. Yeah, that's all it is.
Why would you use bell pepper to season something, though?
It's really not. It doesn't season
It don't.
that. It's more like a make your food look good type thing.
I guess so.
I think.
I-
I'm
What
not
are
a
you
chef.
saying? Paprika doesn't have a taste?
Well, it does have a taste, but if it's bell peppers, and bell pepper don't seem like something you'd put on food unless it's bell pepper, like that you're eating with. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I don't know what you're saying.
If you put something on a bell pepper, like some spread or something, you ate the bell pepper like that. Okay, that's
The bell pepper.
Bell pepper.
The bell pepper.
That's one thing.
Wait, I
But
get bell
then, like
peppers
putting
on.
it on your meat, like I'm gonna season my chicken with this ground up powder bell pepper. It's just kind of don't make sense to me, but I use it. So
Okay, well,
That was not a fun fact. I didn't have fun.
well, you already knew. If you didn't know, it would have been kind of shocking. Okay.
yeah, you already had your fun. You've already learned it. So
Yeah, I already learned it, and I wasn't enthused the first time I read it. So
well, okay. Well, we need to make a really hard pivot because it's time to get to. Okay, so Andrew's favorite band in the world released a new song. Okay, right? Is that right?
Two new songs.
Well, one of
But the
them
one- which
is
song-
okay.
Oh, you think the other one's okay?
well, no. This is the funny part. Did they come out and say it wasn't AI generated?
It was a joke.
It was a joke. So the joke is on them
No, because it was a good song.
because it wasn't a good song.
That's your opinion.
Well, first of all, we need to start off this conversation by saying that the band is Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes.
We all in this room love that band.
You
Like,
chased love. You.
Of course.
I got a whole.
You're always talking crap
I got
about
multiple albums on my phone.
Okay.
I love Avenged Sevenfold.
That's fair.
Okay, like I wanted to go. I seen them live. That's more than you've ever done because you could have went. But you know, all I said was get in the car and come on, and you're like, but your favorite band in the whole world, and you being the guitar player you are, is just really surprising that you missed out on.
It was
the
a long time
opportunity.
ago, Chase. We're
But-
not going to relive those moments.
huh?
It was a long time ago.
Well, you Friday night you could have went and saw another band, and you were not even sick. You were like, my wife's got a headache. I'm like, well, we're all here. Just come hang out. You know Maria, and you know
Chase, you
me.
didn't say that to me. You said, okay, when I told you I wasn't coming.
Well, I wasn't gonna pry you. Like you're just, I don't know.
Well, we're talking about
you do this every night. You do this every time a concert.
That's not true. I went to
Okay.
see Tremonti that time.
But
All right.
yes, you did, and I was very surprised.
Okay. Well,
But
I did show
anyways, we all love Avenged Sevenfold in here.
We
And
do,
So
yes.
the topic of discussion is the new songs that they just released, which the whole album ain't been released. So I'm getting kind of hopeful. Maybe some of the songs on there are not so bad. Avenged Sevenfold, you disappointed me, and We Love You is if that's what you're expressing that you love me as, then that's really terrible because that's really bad.
I don't think that's what the song's about. I don't think they're telling
Okay,
people
hold
that.
on, wait a
I
second.
know
Okay.
that's not what the song
Let me
is
go
about.
ahead and counter.
I don't even know what the song is about. It's
probably
What do
because
you
you
mean?
heard
What do
it
you-
one time and then
You know what the song's about? It's about more power, more pills, more. Okay, let me go ahead and counter the eventual argument that I know is coming.
that's not fair. You're just assuming
I-
that I'm going to say something you don't even know. You
I
know.
don't. I do know.
You don't know. I
have-
didn't say anything yet.
Watch
No,
this.
hold on. I want to say
Aw.
something. What? I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes,
Okay.
you do.
Yes, I do. But no, what? So, did you get the feeling over the text messages when we were talking about this? Andrew said, "Well, if you're, used to your
That's what I was gonna say.
basic song, chorus, verse, whatever, then you're not gonna like this song. It's just, I got a much higher music IQ than you, and I understand what they're doing. It's trash. Just say it's trash.
Because,
Okay, that's what I was going to counter. Though. Okay, wait.
well,
okay.
before you start, I want to say one thing.
just let me.
Well, hang on. Okay, is there anything that you can take out? You heard it several times, right? Okay, so is
Several.
there anything good that you can take out of it at all? Now, don't just say no because it's the fun thing to say right now. Anything good?
So. Okay, Okay, I'll answer your question really quickly, but I do want to get back to what I was going to say. The actual part of the song that says, I guess you would call it the chorus, that says, we love you. I guess it's a very weird song, but what I would guess as the chorus is not bad. And of course, there are some good guitar parts in the end. But okay, just to deflate your argument a little bit, I can't speak for Chase, but I do not hate this song because of the structure. Okay, I definitely, of course, like songs that have traditional chorus, verse, that type of stuff. But I also like plenty of songs. I like Rush, who has like 10-minute songs with no structure whatsoever. Spirit of Radio, and I like a jazz band called Snarky Puppy, okay? That does 10-minute long jazz with trumpets. Like, I don't care if it's weird. That's not why I hate this song.
And to be fair,
I hate this song because it's really bad.
me and Alex were in a weird band like that at one time.
It was called Fishing in the Streets of New Zealand, okay?
Yes.
It had a saxophone and a synth.
We like weird music, but I expected a different product, and you know what I mean? Like, when I listen to a band, like, I want to know what I'm getting into. Like, I'm in a Avenged Sevenfold mood. Let me turn someone on Avenged Sevenfold. It's just not them to me. And I get, playing around with some creative stuff and whatever, but it just seems like they kind of came up with this in the practice room, and it should have never left the
I
room.
don't know about that, even that. Like, the beginning, why did they think to add an effect on his voice that sounds like he's blowing bubbles in a water puddle?
I will say that the beginning I don't like.
It's awful.
That beginning part, there's no reason why that should have been there.
What about the more power?
I don't mind
more pills.
I don't mind
more. Like, I hated that so much.
I don't mind that
I
because
laughed out loud.
I think it's telling a story, and the whole thing is telling a story, and so that part to me I don't mind, and I don't think it's just so terrible to the point that you're saying it is. But why is it so bad?
Have you heard the song?
I've heard the song.
It sounds so bad.
Okay, why though? What
Andrew,
about it?
Andrew, the whole point of this conversation is not so much to crap on his Avenged Sevenfold. That is not the point of my conversation. The point of the conversation is that you will not say, if you stand firm into something that is what you like, you will never say it's bad.
That's not true.
It is
There are
absolutely
Avenged Sevenfold
true.
songs that I don't like.
It's absolutely true.
They have songs that I don't like.
But not.
This song is not my favorite. It's not even in my top 20. But I don't think it's complete trash. I think it's new and experimental, and it's nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing what they're doing right now.
You want me to tell you why they're not doing it? Because
they would prefer.
They would prefer to sell albums.
They're gonna sell a lot of albums. I can guarantee it. They're gonna sell a lot of albums.
Well, the stage was kind of like an experiment, wasn't it? It was a little bit different.
A little bit. I mean,
yeah, and I actually liked the stage. I like that album.
Yeah.
I'm hoping some of the other songs in this album are good.
well, I over the last few days have grown to not like the song as much as I did when I said that I was defending it as much, but I still don't think it's as bad as y'all say it is. I do think Nobody's better, and y'all think that song is bad too. But
It's much. much better.
What do you mean by nobody's better?
No, I mean
The
the song
song.
Nobody.
The song
called
Nobody.
Nobody.
The first one.
Oh, yeah, that one is better. But
Mainly-
Did you think he was
mainly,
saying no one is better than the
yeah,
song?
I
Nobody's
didn't know.
better.
I didn't know exactly what he was
No,
saying.
but the second half of Nobody is as good as the stuff they used to write. Like the instrumental part, the guitar solo, all that. I mean, that to me is as good as anything they've written before. But the first half, I mean, his vocals obviously have taken a bit of a hit.
Yeah, and to his defense, I think he's had some vocal problems.
He just had vocal surgery,
yeah.
like
That's
few years
that's
ago.
understandable. I get it. I mean, a lot of singers don't even bounce back from that. So, no, like there's songs like "So Far Away." Like I love that song.
Gunslinger,
Gunslinger,
Afterlife.
Almost Easy. That stuff in Sevenfold, I want to hear. Like,
But the thing is, that they're supposed to make the same album every year. I mean,
no, it's not the same album. It's just like, I don't know. I expect a certain product.
this is not what because I went 6 years without hearing anything out of them. I did not expect Nobody to be what I heard after 6 years. I thought that was going to be better than that, you know. So I get where you're coming from. This is not their best stuff, but I'm hoping that the full album is.
Which I will say, the peak that they had was when the Rev was still alive. That was their best years to me.
Yeah, they haven't come out with an album since then that's been as good.
No, and
Even
I
Nightmare.
think
Nightmare was.
I don't know if he had a lot to do with it, or if the band just kind of took a little bit of a slump afterwards. But
Well, you look at the White Album. The Rev wrote most of the songs.
yeah, he was
Structure of it. I think a lot of lyrics and just.
dude. That live version of Critical Acclaim. You know which one I'm talking
LBC.
about, huh?
LBC.
Was it LBC?
Yeah, I think so. Should be.
Well, anyway, it's on YouTube. It's like probably number one if you look up Critical Acclaim live. But that's better than the recorded version by far to me. Like,
That was a good show. The whole show.
yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree that they're not as good as they used to be, but I'm kind of glad that they're doing this whole new, not instrumental, what do you call it?
Experimental.
Experimental thing, because a lot of other bands aren't doing it. Because for a while, the last like 3 years, I was getting tired of listening to metal because everybody's doing the same thing they've always done.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Like, you don't want like every metal band to be the cookie cutter metal band. You want, like, if I listen to a band, I want to say, hey, that's them. You know, like I don't even have to listen, but like a couple of seconds of the song, oh, that's so and so. And it's just like I like listening to Dream Theater. They got some weird stuff too, but that's what I expect out of Dream Theater.
Yeah.
And those are like some of the best musicians in the world to me. But
I don't know. It's just kind of like every metalcore band. Avenged Sevenfold's not really metalcore anymore, but they're all putting the same album out every year. Like Bullet for Valentine, they fell off because they kept putting the same stuff out every time. Alter Bridge, I mean, they're still good, but they're still kind of putting the same stuff out every album. I don't hear them experiment a whole lot.
They experimented with the last one with like synthesizers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't really care for it. But their new album, I do love their new album. But it's just like I like some of like Tremonti's stuff. Like his stuff is actually
I like Trelawney's newer stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first album.
Well, I liked all of his stuff too, but
Yeah.
this new stuff I really enjoy. What was that one song there's a music video for it?
Which one?
I forgot.
I forgot.
I think they were in a white room or something.
Oh, I can't. I don't hardly ever watch the music videos, honestly.
I don't know, but it had a cool
I
solo
haven't
at the
been-
end. I think.
I haven't been into watching music videos since like VH1 when I was like a teenager. I just
And
turned
yet
that
here
on.
you are watching "We Love You" music video.
I didn't watch that music video.
I did.
I just listened to the song.
Well,
But
y'all can not like it all you want to, but they still made it, and
well, yeah,
unfortunately,
they
they're
still
my
made
favorite
it,
band.
But
and
I still have an opinion.
That's true. I have to just hope and pray that the whole album's better than what's been out so far. Again, Nobody. The second half of that song is great. The first half, I don't.
Please can y'all please dye your hair back and not go blonde either, because that doesn't look good either.
Did you see that, Alex?
What?
A Sinister Gates, he dyed his hair blonde.
Oh no.
Yeah, he did.
I did not
He
see
also
that.
had
Why?
a headless guitar now. He had,
I did see that, and I do not hate. I despise headless guitars. I don't like what they call. Well, these it might not be this brand, but everyone loves them. What are they called? Strandberg. Strandberg.
Strandberg, yeah, I think so.
Isn't that what ZZ Top used to play? Was that?
No,
Your
this is
thing?
more like. There's a girl that plays one who's really good, but I still hate the guitar. It was like.
Who's the
Sarah?
girl?
I forgot. She made some videos with
I know you're talking about.
Rob Scallon or something. Like she did like a jokey thing where they did like death metal and ukuleles. But she's really good. She has her own
I was about to
signature
say Orianthi, but she plays PRS.
model. Oh, PRSs are nice. I changed my opinion entirely on a PRS. I used to make fun of you, but now I really want one.
Why would you make fun of me? Those are.
I don't like the way they look. I mean, not the way they look, but like the body. It's a little like big to me, I guess.
See, I don't like Les Pauls.
I like Les Pauls a lot
Les
more.
Pauls are so heavy.
The way now PRS, if you get a really expensive one, the way they play, I mean, it's one of the best. But
Like my buddy's McCarty 594. That was a beautiful guitar. Beautiful guitar. Even though he sold it, and he's like, "Yeah, I sold the guitar." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you ask me? I probably would have bought it off of you." You know, but because I love that guitar. It was a nice one.
Yeah.
speaking of Avenged Sevenfold and things that haunt Chase, let's
Speaking
talk about the ghost story that was a
The
very
ghost prank. Was
prank.
this?
Well, sure.
This is where I can't. This is where my memory lapses. Was this like one of y'all's first times meeting each other? Because it was at my old
No.
apartment. How y'all had to have met recently? Because I met you in that apartment,
No, it wasn't too long
and I didn't have that.
because you were still at the apartment.
Yeah, I didn't have that for
obviously,
very
so,
long.
So, yeah, it wasn't the first time though that me and him met.
What made us decide to do this prank? Because it was very, very elaborate. We spent money. on
Let's
this
tell the
prank.
story first. So, I think we've already talked about that we got pepper sprayed before. So
Yes, we
this
got
was a
pepper
day.
sprayed. That was the same day. That was
I
during
got
the
pepper
day.
sprayed, and then Chase and his girlfriend at the time were they're going to the movies, and
Yeah,
we
went to the movies?
yeah, y'all went to the movies on a date or somewhere. Y'all went on a date, and then we went back to the apartment. We had our friend with us, Steven, and
Right. And at some point, we decided we got some time till Chase gets back over here. Let's go to Walmart and rig this place up and make it seem haunted.
So we
Well,
got fishing line and tape. What else?
So I think it was just fishing line and tape.
Yeah, that's all we needed.
And we would. So it was a 1-bedroom apartment. So it just had like a big living room, and then the bedroom off to the side. That's pretty much it. So we would sit on the couch, and we had fishing line run through the carpet, through the fibers of the carpet, so you could not see it in the carpet. And it was taped under the door, so we could like sneakily grab the fishing line and slam doors shut. I had one run into the kitchen along the ground, and I could pull pans off the shelf. One running under the like the DVD rack shelf, which was really small and light, so we could pull that, and the whole like DVDs would fall off. We had the whole place rigged up, and we turned the lights off. We made an excuse to turn the lights off.
Now,
I don't
didn't we
know
tell
what.
him that we had been experiencing some weird stuff going on?
Yeah,
before?
y'all made up a story, and it's definitely one of my more gullible moments in my life. You know,
Yeah.
Well, we gotta preface this. This was like how long ago? This was like almost 10,
about
10,
10.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
Golly, I've known you that long.
Yep. It's been a long time,
Yeah,
but
I've known Alex.
A very, very long time. I was in the 7th grade when I met you.
Yeah, and now we're 30.
Now we're in our 30s and married with children.
Yeah,
so when we started to do the prank, one of the things that really stuck out to me was one of the things that we had set up was the bookshelf, right? Or was it DVDs were on it or something like that? So we went
Yeah,
and
DVDs.
pulled it thinking the whole thing was going to come down, but it didn't.
It didn't.
It stopped, and it threw all the DVDs out on the floor and then fell back into place.
So
That-
perfect. It did
That was
just
almost.
enough.
That was better.
I know.
That was
So much
that was
better.
that was way better. Yeah.
So we started with just the bedroom door. I think it shut or slammed.
Well,
or
y'all
something.
also got me because I haven't been around Steven that much, and he started like to freak me out because he started doing like this like calling on the dead crap. And
Steven, yeah, he really showed his action abilities because he was actually my roommate at the time, and he was between, scares. He would be like, "Dude, I got to move out. I'm really sorry. I know that I told you I would help you out with the rent, but I'm about to pack up." Like he was really selling it.
yeah, he was starting to freak me out. And I think him and y'all reacting to each other, it kind of played it off a lot more. Y'all did a real good job acting. I will say that. But I've lost trust in y'all for the rest of my life. That's like, well, go ahead. Let's finish the story and I'll pick up on.
Well, I got accused of being. I'm glad you think that we pulled it off because I remember Andrew kept taking me to the side and being like,
Oh, yeah.
"Bro, you're
You were about to kill it because I remember we kept doing this thing where something would happen and then we'd run down the steps outside for some reason. We'd completely leave and we'd run all the way down steps and then
How do we not get the cops called on?
I don't know. And so he's sitting over here completely like as soon as we get downstairs like okay let's go back up like, I'm like,
Yeah, I was a little too excited to
let's
get
be a little
back
bit
inside.
scared first and then but it was like the best prank I've ever done or been involved in at all. So
I'm so glad I'm part of y'all's. I'm not happy about that moment in my life.
yes you are.
No,
You
I'm
know you
not.
are. It
I'm
was a
not.
good time.
But yeah, it's definitely I don't trust y'all as much because I remember it was the night of your reception at your wedding. We came back here and Alex started trying to prank me again.
Oh yeah, with the
And
phone thing.
I tried. I looked at it. I was like, I saw him. He doesn't know how to act. Like
I really
I can
don't.
tell when he's lying now because he can't keep a lie. And I pulled him off to the side. I'm like, because he said something like, "Hey man, I know where you live," blah blah blah, and he said, my wife's name.
Where
and
you're
everything.
leaving? You're leaving something out. You never mentioned.
It was a different phone number.
I changed I had an app to where I could text him from a different number, and I was. You didn't mention it was by text, so you need to tell that it was via text.
Yeah, it was by text, and I was like, "Is Alex really doing this?" And I pulled him off to the side, and I was like, "Hey, you need to come in here with me right now." And I said, "Dude, are you the one doing this?" He's like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" And and I'm like, "Listen, if you're not the one doing this." Then you need to tell me. And I got to leave. And this was our hangout, night as bros before you got married. And I was like, I'm going to feel real bad if I have to leave. I'm going to be so mad
Well,
if
I was
it's
a part
you,
of it too.
And
we all knew what was happening.
yeah, I wanted to hang out. And I was like, I got to go home because he knows where I live and everything else. Like, I'm going to have to, lock up the house or something. And, he finally was like, okay, fine, it was me, but I don't fall for y'all stuff anymore. I'm done with it.
What are some of the other pranks that we've done? Because I mean, we got to a point where we, as friends, had to say, "Look, we can't do pranks."
I think I don't know.
Well, no, y'all try to get too elaborate with the ghost prank and whatnot because Alex had created a whole website about Andrew's house.
Oh, let me tell you. So after the success of your ghost prank, we got a little too ambitious, and so I was like, well, we can't keep doing it at my apartment. Like that's not. So we went to Andrew's place, and I don't remember who all was there that night and who we were trying to prank. We definitely weren't trying to do Chase again, but I decided this time we're gonna step it up. I'll make a fake website, and I remember the name. I called it the International Archives of Violent Crime. It was supposed to be where you type in your address, and it will tell you if any crimes happened at your house. But I programmed the website to basically be, if whatever you put in, it's just going to bring up a terrible story about how all these people were like axe murdered at your house. So the plan was we were going to make some spooky stuff happen, and then I was going to be like, my grandma's a realtor, and she told me about this website where you can put your address in. So of course we went, put Andrew's address in, and of course I had written the story to be, perfect, because you had like a shed out back at the time, and like I think I made it like where the police found a bunch of bodies in the shed and all kind of stuff. So, but that did not work at all.
It was a good idea. And what sucks is we'll never be able to do another ghost prank because we're telling everybody now that
That's true.
we do those.
Well, we're kind of a little bit too old now, buddy.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No. YouTubers do it all the time. They're our age.
We're too old.
Let me tell you something. If I had the opportunity to do a ghost prank like I did with you again, I would do it. I don't care if I'm 55.
That's true.
It was fun.
It was a good reaction, and like I said, one of the more gullible moments of my life. I feel really ashamed because I'm smarter than this, but should have been able to figure that out.
Really, I don't. This wasn't that. This. You're taking credit away from us. The reason you believed it is because we did really good. Like, this stuff was. I mean, the door. It just so happened that this cheap apartment had like these, doors that were completely hollow and made of like particle board. And they would slam when you pulled that string.
What adds to the story is I've actually had, stuff happen. I had that thing every time I stayed at your house, your mom's house.
Yeah.
And I hope you're listening. I love you. Alex's mom.
I'm keeping that in.
Love you too, Kevin. All right. But every time, and I think she swears up and down, my house ain't haunted.
That's haunted.
I stayed over at your mom's house, and I think we were playing like video games or something, weren't we?
Yeah, we would stay up and play games, yeah.
Yeah, and we went to the local grocery store and got like these, it was like a whole pack of popsicles for like $1.
Huge pack of popsicles.
Huge pack of popsicles.
Maybe 20 in there.
And I went through the night and pretty much ate every single one of them because...
pretty much. You ate every single one of them.
I probably ate every single one of them. And it was just good. And I was going back to the freezer to get another popsicle. And I was headed back to the room, and I saw the soldier marching down the hallway in your mom's house, plain as day, for like 2-3 seconds. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so weird. And I was like, I just kind of shrugged it off as it was like nothing. But then I stayed at your mom's house again.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. You saw a soldier in this dude's house.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh, no.
Well,
it's just a soldier.
I've always been kind of skeptical of like paranormal stuff. But that time I was just like, whatever. It was just like
it's
something,
just a soldier.
Something in the lighting hit. Like my brain's playing tricks on me.
You know
These
how
popsicles have drugs in them.
You know the trick of the light that produces World War II era soldiers.
Yeah, something like that. But no, I stayed at your mom's house again, and we were going to sleep. You were on the opposite side of the bedroom. It's a pretty good sized room too. Opposite side of the bedroom. I'm sleeping on the other side, of course. And
thanks for throwing that in. We were not together.
Yeah, we were not in the same bed, although we have done that, laying opposite ways.
Plenty of times.
Good times. Anyways, I felt a tap, like actual someone tapping me on the shoulder. And I was like, Alex, what do you want? Or something like that. I yelled across the room. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm all the way over here. And I was like, bro, I just felt someone tap me on the shoulder, dude. And it was clear as day. And from that point on, I was like, I'm never staying at this house again. I'm never doing it.
Is that the house they live at now?
Yes. And his brother has actually had Claw
scratches.
marks.
Yep, I knew that.
He's had claw marks. I've had the tapping on the shoulder a lot. That's one thing.
So you're
I have
just
had,
sitting
yeah.
there and then you get tapping on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Is that? Have you had any other experiences like at your own house?
At my house
Yeah.
or at that house?
That house.
Let's see. Me personally, I think just the tapping on the shoulder, and I think that was it. I think I didn't get a lot. I used to see a hand waving at the bottom of my bed, like reaching up from the bed and literally just waving. But
Hey!
I actually told my psychiatrist at the time that, and he was like, "Oh, that's a common thing on your sleeping medication that we have you on." So I attributed that to drugs.
Could have been the soldier that was hanging out in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Didn't your mom find something with World War II in it?
well, I don't remember how this happened, but I don't know if it was her car or like someone coming to work on the house, the truck or something. But it caved in what I guess would have been like, I don't know if it was a bomb shelter from the old days or just a old underground storage thing that had been built over or I'm trying to say like boarded up or closed it off over time. But yeah, there was a pretty large I don't know, cellar, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But for some reason there was newspaper like ingrained in like the concrete. I don't know why, but it was very, very, very old. I think like World War II era newspaper. There was like you could see like a little ad in there for like buy war bonds like back in the World War II.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why when you told me the World War II thing, I was like the soldier. I was like, oh, because that is a very, very old house.
Yeah, it is old house. Yeah. Had a
Which-
lot of fun there though.
Oh yeah, I ate a lot of popsicles there
Yeah.
just in one night.
Just in one night.
So you're sure you saw a soldier?
I'm 100% sure. Yeah. Which, yeah, I haven't had any like other paranormal stuff. All the other stuff has been attributed to sleep paralysis, and
Yeah.
of course, if nobody has ever experienced that, I hope you never do. It's one of the most frightening things you'll ever go through. If you
Especially the first time you had it.
first time you, after a couple times, you're like, okay, it's just sleep paralysis. I'll just,
I
ride
haven't
it
had
out.
it in a while, but
But yeah, I haven't had it in a while. Maybe about 2 years ago, I had it once. But it was a mild one in comparison. I used to have like I would come to sleep paralysis. Your eyes open, you can't move. You feel like you can move your arm in slow motion sometimes, but you're not actually moving. And I would have like very like auditorial things happen too.
did you ever have
yeah.
anybody talk to y'all?
Yeah.
In sleep
Did you?
paralysis?
Oh yeah. I was trying to speak
100%.
one time,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it literally came into my ear, and it's like what did it say? It said, "Yeah, just don't speak," and it's exactly like that.
Nice.
I kept trying to talk.
It was just like, shut up.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would so I always knew when sleep paralysis was going to come on. Like when I was going to
Yeah.
sleep, I would have whoa, 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 in my ear, and I was like, oh, yep, I'm about to go for a ride tonight.
I remember when you told me that, I was like, oh, I was so relieved because I had that all the time. And I was like, well, I'll just live long enough for this brain tumor to kill me because I thought something was really wrong. And
What did
then-
you think the first time?
I thought
it
I was
happened?
dead. I thought that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I thought I was paralyzed,
Yeah.
and nobody was gonna. I was just waiting for somebody to find me and
Yeah.
take me to the hospital.
No one was going to find you.
I was waiting for someone to find me.
Your parents were like, we're not going to check on Andrew.
Funny
for a
thing, Alex came home. I was at his apartment. I stayed the night. Was I living with you for like a little bit?
I don't
short
know.
period
You
of
just
time?
Were there for
I was
so
there
long.
a lot.
Yeah.
But I was asleep in your bed, and for some reason,
Yeah,
he was at
well,
work. He worked
I was
overnight,
night shift, yeah.
and he came home, and I'm just like this. And he's like, Chase? And I thought I was talking to him. I was going. I could not wake up, and finally, jumped up. No,
It's
it's just so wild, man.
I remember when we did used to sleep at like at your house. We were still in high school at this point. Like opposite sides, like your feet by my head down by your feet. You sat, dude. This dude. Okay. So I'm laying, like, his feet are by my head. So he's down here. This dude, 100% with his ab muscles, no arms, like Dracula style, just sits up in bed. And you said something about someone, I don't know, you were talking about one of your friends at high school.
I'm gonna take pictures.
Yes, you were like, they want to take pictures with me. And then you laid back down. And I was just like, Chase? And I woke you up, and you're just like, why'd you wake me up? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, you don't know what you just did? And you're like, no.
Oh, I had another bad sleeping experience. So I had my Xbox hooked up to. I had this big old JBL stereo system in my room, and it was pretty loud. It would shake the walls. But I was playing Halo, and I guess I fell asleep when I was playing. I was back at the menu screen, and the sound, like my stereo was completely off. And my stereo turned on and went to full blast.
Nice.
With Halo going, oh!
What
and
great representation.
I'm like, woo! Jumped up. But that was really scary too. Yeah.
I don't know why. This is going to show how old I am. I used to fall asleep to VHS tape. That's how old I am. And for some reason, my TV would, after a certain amount of, once the tape would finish and you didn't rewind it after a certain amount of time, the TV would cut off and it would eject the tape itself.
Yep.
That sounded like a gunshot going off in the middle of the night, and it woke me up every single time.
Speaking of getting woken up, probably 2 weeks ago, it was early in the morning. It wasn't time to wake up yet.
Okay.
Well, my wife was already awake.
It's all at 10 o'clock in the morning.
No. and she runs in the room, and she's like, I just paid $24,000 to the power company.
No.
That's what woke me up out of a deep sleep.
And you're like,
I was like, what? I didn't know what. I was like, $24,000.
you said, we had $24,000.
So the next thing I know is that she's way in the other room, using some very colorful words, talking to the voice machine, trying to speak to a representative, like over and over. And we got it figured out, but it took a few business days. But for a second there, we paid $24,000.
No, you didn't know.
Well,
how did that happen?
Yeah,
she hit one
what?
too many buttons, I guess. So yeah.
Oh, you were about to be in the hole, bro.
You would think power company, especially one around here, they'd be like, well, sorry, no refunds. Like, that's just kind of how they are, I feel like. But no, they were cool. They said that happens once a week.
All right, everybody.
All right.
All right.
Well, follow us. Subscribe, whatever.
Go actually listen to the podcast. If you see us on TikTok, which you're probably not going to hear this,
I mean, I'll figure it out.
go follow us on the
You should
Spotify or
you
something.
should plug Food with Friends.
Yeah.
When you was it 1,000 subscribers? If we can get 1,000 subscribers, you tell them.
On what platform?
TikTok
So, when we hit 1,000 subscribers,
or any platform, really.
any platform.
Whichever.
probably going to TikTok at 1,000 followers. But to celebrate 1,000, we're planning a podcast, a secondary podcast, a spinoff podcast.
Yes.
But we want to release it at the right time. So if we can hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I think we're at 450 something right now. So get us to 1,000, and we're gonna make a second show, a whole other show, based around food stuff, right?
And we do love food,
We do
except
love-
bagels. We don't do that.
Oh, there'll be bagels, lots and lots of bagels. Goodbye.
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 Bye.